I hope everybody enjoyed their breakfast. It would not have been possible without our sponsor. In fact, our first Friday Power Breakfast would not be available at all without our local sponsor. So this morning, our sponsor is Evangel Worship Center, and I would like to ask Mr. Lawson to come up and say a few words.
Marianna, I came here over probably about 13 years ago now. We started working with youth camps for 6 years, coming up and volunteering our summers here. We would watch between 1,000 and 1,300 teenagers come through and have some training for life experiences and everything. Then in 1999, we were called a senior pastor, and we watched Evangel grow under the leadership of God from 40 to 400, and we've just seen some great things take place. We believe one of the things that we are called to do is to help people connect to God. And we do that through different methodologies in our church. We believe that one of the ways that you do that is by building relationships, not just within the church, but also within the community. And we're excited to be a part of this community. People have asked me, how long are you going to be here? I hope to retire right here, raise my kids, send them to college here at Chipola, and all of those things. And we are excited about being there.
Still fun. So, also keep the date open. I know it's a good ways ahead of us. However, we have very busy lives. And that will be on January the 29th, 2010. That's going to be hard to say and get used to. 2010, we'll be having our 82nd chamber banquet. And for those of you that attended and heard Susan's story speak, she was very inspirational, very motivational, and it was wonderful and uplifting, in some difficult times that we're in now. Okay. We had a wonderful opportunity to network from a lot of different facets of life. The program was wonderful. It's not just a classroom curriculum. There's a lot of good things happening. So, Tom? Congratulations. Thank you. An annual Jackson County Excellence in Leadership Award to be presented at the first Friday Power Breakfast each February. So this is the first annual. After benchmarking various leadership awards and researching criteria to define them, the class agreed upon a criteria statement that expresses what it believes the ideals are that this award should recognize. The recipient of the Jackson County Excellence in Leadership Award should be an individual whose ideas, vision, and hard work through leadership roles in their professional and civic activities achieve significant, tangible benefits to the community and improve the quality of life for the people in Jackson County within the past year. Those who attended the chamber banquet last week heard Susan Story, President and CEO of Gulf Power Company, deliver a powerful message about leadership and the characteristics followers want from their leaders. These very traits, honest, competent, forward-looking, inspiring, credible, form the filters for which our class examined the candidates they identified for consideration for this award. Our first annual Excellence in Leadership Award is being presented to an individual in our community who exemplifies all of these leadership characteristics. They are truly a role model whose example is worth of emulation by others. Our award recipient knows that leadership is not just sitting back behind a desk directing actions. They know that leading by example means getting down in the trenches and joining those with whom they work. Just as significant, their approach to hands-on work with others is the focus on serving them rather than bringing attention to themselves. Credibility is one of the most important characteristics of leadership, and compassion is one of the most important characteristics of credibility. Our award recipient, compassion is as much about whom they are as what they do. Whether it's addressing the needs of employees, the needs of their own family, or the needs in our community, time and time again they've stepped up to the plate and reached out beyond the business to make a difference in our community. The ability to inspire others is another characteristic of leadership. Our award recipient ability to inspire others goes above and beyond to meet the needs of our community, as well as the needs of their customers. It has given rise to the term exponential giving. Exponential giving is taking the those talents and motivations into something greater. Compare the impact of one person with the impact of 5, 20, or even 40 individuals working together. The result is exponential. From building a great company that created opportunities for 40 professionals right here in Jackson County, to reaching out to our community and the world to inspire others to make a difference, our 2008 award recipient is truly an example of leadership worth following. It is with great pleasure that the Leadership Jackson County Class of 2008 presents the first annual Jackson County Excellence in Leadership Award to Mr. David Bubba Melton.
And I'm always real proud that our employees are all Jackson County folks, and we've been able to grow here and prosper here and really be a part of our community and be involved in that. And that's what it's really all about. We have a special place here to live and to work and to raise our families, and I'm very grateful for that. Thank you.
The criteria, and that we are there waiting in line when those dollars come down.
Okay. As a matter of process, we have about 4 to 5 minutes left.
Steps of California. I don't think there's one of us in the room that would say we want to just go out and destroy the environment, especially those of us that live in rural areas and we enjoy outdoors and hunt and fish. No one wants to destroy our precious environment and natural resources. We got to be very responsible. But to say that we're going to go and just usher in this enormous costs on the consumer who's hurting right now in the pocketbook and say, well, we're going to follow in the footsteps of what's going on in California, I just don't think that we should be making those preparations. Sure, it's something that one day we'll eventually want to move closer to as far as the greenhouse emissions and the standards. But right now, the last thing we want to do is jack cost of price back up on gas up, back above $4. And I think it would even go beyond that.
Is where I'm comfortable most. When the class size constitutional amendment passed years ago, it sounded good. And in an ideal world, I don't think there's an educator here that would disagree that is what we need. Unfortunately, it is extremely difficult to fund. And it also puts an undue burden on rural areas, smaller schools. Let's take Grand Ridge, for instance. If Grand Ridge has a class, and they have 18 students, and they're meeting class size amendment, and in January, suddenly, they get a student moving in from some other place, and they now have 19. Okay, they're faced with a dilemma to be able to meet that class size